Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd just do a quick video on this new set that I got. If you watched a previous video of mine, you'll know that I really like colouring. It helps me to de-stress, and I showed you some of my favourite colouring books, and I also have a giveaway, so I will link that down below. I'll link the video so you can pop over and see how you could win a signed copy of a colouring book. But I was on Amazon last week looking at the colouring books, and this popped up in the suggestions, and I thought it was a really cool idea. I like things like tarot, magic, anything like that, and this Colour Your Tarot popped up, so I had a look. I think it was about £15, which is more on the pricey side, but it's something I hadn't seen before, so I thought, well, I'll give it a go. So I thought I'd show you what's inside if it's something that you're interested in. So it comes in this nice box. It comes with 10 coloured pencils, a full deck of tarot cards, and also a fully illustrated book. So when you first open it, this is what you see. These tarot cards were all together, but obviously I've opened them up because I wanted to have a look at it, but they do come secure. So the first thing you see is the Colour Tarot book. So this isn't about colouring the tarots in, it's about interpreting the cards, how to use them, how to lay them out once you've coloured them in, and tells you all about the meaning of the tarot and what it could mean depending on the layout that comes up for you, what your predictions are, things like that. It's a really nice book. Quite thick really. I'll just go through a few pages. So there's Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles. It goes through every single tarot card for you. Also gives you some ideas of how you could colour it in as well, because the book is full colour. So that was nice. And then these are the pencils. They are not the best pencils, I've got to admit, but they're probably never going to be good when they come in a set like this. I will show you what they look like to colour with in a second. You can see there, I've only used a few, but they are starting to chip a bit, which isn't a major problem, but I like my things to stay quite pristine. They sharpen to a good point. They're only small, so I'm going to probably use the colours that I already have rather than the ones that are in here. So this is what came on top. This is a pre-coloured one, but it's just an example. It's not an actual tarot card for you to use. So it shows you what kind of colours you could use to colour it in, but obviously the point is that you colour them how you want to, but this is just to show you what it looks like when it's done. So this is one that I started, and this is a lot thicker paper, well, it's more like card than the tester, so you can tell that this isn't part of the deck. So I started to colour this in. You can see that it is quite patchy from the pencils. You know, it's okay, and if you're starting out just like me, then, you know, they'd be fine, but I'm probably going to use other ones that I've got for the rest of the deck, and I'll just show you a few as we're going through. The Emperor, they all have this on the back. The Lovers, the Chariot, Justice, Wheel of Fortune, so that's a bit more oh my god, I can't even say that. This is a bit more intricate. There are smaller spaces for you to need to colour. Temperance, the Tower, Cups. So I just thought it was a really good idea, and something really different, something different to just colouring in a book all the time. So I'm going to really enjoy colouring all those in, and it does come really nicely packaged, so it would be a nice gift for somebody as well. And then on the back I'll just show you, it tells you everything you need to know about the box, and it's by Liz Dean. But I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. I got this off Amazon. So I thought I'd show you what pencils and pens I'm using to colour at the moment as well. As I've just said, I am a beginner, so my pens and pencils aren't the best quality because I don't really want to shell out yet until I get my technique right. So mine are pretty basic ones, but I think they're doing the job quite well. So the colouring pens that I'm using are Crayola Super Tips, and I'll leave a link below if you want to get any of these. I'm going to show you how they colour in a second. So I'm quite happy with them. And then the pencils I'm using are just a really cheap box full that I got from Wilko's. You do have to press quite hard if you want to get proper full coverage, but that's what I expect from ones that didn't cost much. I think it probably cost me £4 for a box of 20 or something like that. But I will upgrade to better ones as my technique gets better. So I'll show you what they look like now. So this is the Wild Colouring Book by Meg Cowley, which I mentioned in one of my previous videos. It's actually a diary, week per page. So this is how they're colouring. You can see some patches, and then here's a cherry blossom one. You know, they're not too bad though. And then this is when I was pressing a bit lighter, using lighter colours, so I quite like that one. And then I pressed a little bit darker for the pansies, and then the same for the poppies. So I'm quite liking how they're coming out with these pencils, considering they were only cheap. So I'll continue to use them for now until I find what my real technique is. And then this is the Calm Colouring Book, again by Meg Cowley. I love all her colouring books. I've got them all. So here in her colouring book she does a tester page, so you can test out your pens first, see if there's going to be any bleed or anything like that. So these are what the pens look like and all the lines that you can make. So you can get quite thin to thick with them. And these are the pencils, so you can see that you need to press quite hard to not get any spaces in it. So you can go quite thin with the pencils as well, and you can make thinner lines too. So I thought that was good. So I started colouring a little bit just to show you what the pens look like. This is just drying at the moment, so it'll look different once it's dry. You can see some white space, but that's probably more down to my technique than it is to the pen. And then if I turn over onto the back page, you can see that there's no bleed. Well, there's a tiny little bit of a bleed there where I pressed a bit harder, but you can't tell. And it's good in these books that she leaves the page blank, so if you are using felt tips, then if they have got a bleed, then it's not going to ruin the next one. So I hope you found that interesting. I will leave the links for the tarot set, the Wild Colouring Book, the Calm Colouring Book, and the Crayola pens. I won't link the pencils because you just need to get them from Wilko's, but I can link the Crayola because these are a Wilko brand. Obviously you can get Crayola everywhere, so I will link them on Amazon for you if you wanted to try them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what your favourite colouring supplies are, because I'd like to try some. I haven't got a huge budget, so something on the cheaper lines, and if you'd like to see more videos like that, then leave me a comment as well telling me, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!